There's lots of hills in the Sonic the Hedgehog series, starting with Green Hill from the original Sonic the Hedgehog, which has been shoved down our throats over the last few years. But I figured it's time to give the other hills in the series some love. So today we are going to look over every hill in the Sonic the Hedgehog series. And just to make things simple, I'm not going to cover any racing games, Chronicles, Sonic the Fighters, or Sonic Battle. Let's get into it. Green Hill, where it all began. It's fine, it was a pretty good way to start off the original Sonic game, but it's nothing special. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Emerald Hill in Sonic 2. It's kinda just Green Hill, but looks a bit more vibrant. 6 out of 10 again. Though that's not it for Sonic 2. There's also Hilltop, which is more a mountaintop zone, but it says hill, so I'm gonna count it. I like the music here, and the stage is pretty unique and memorable. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Now, the Game Gear version of Sonic 2 had Green Hills. Yeah, it's plural this time. And it's kinda just exactly what it says, it's just Green Hill again. It's getting a bit tiring to just see Green Hill again at this point. 5 out of 10. Sonic Chaos starts off with Turquoise Hill. It's just your general Green Hill affair, but it says Turquoise Hill. Where's the turquoise? The closest thing to turquoise is the sky is blue in the background. So I'm gonna deduct a point from it for that. It's at 4 out of 10. Later in the game, though, it does pick up with Mecha Green Hill. What do you know? A Green Hill that actually has a unique spin on it. It's all, mechanized this time. That bumps this one up to a 6 out of 10. In Sonic and Knuckles, there's the Mushroom Hill Zone, which is honestly pretty cool. I love how it starts off more vibrant with the red mushrooms, and as you get further into it, all the greens become more faded, and the mushroom color changes from blue and then to green. It's honestly a beautiful stage. 7 out of 10. Green Hill in Sonic Blast. It's Green Hill again. Music's nothing to write home about. Nothing in it's anything to write home about, honestly. I'm gonna say 4 out of 10. Sand Hill in Sonic Adventure. Honestly, so cool. With how much snowboarding is a part of Sonic, I'm surprised they've only used it to sandboard once. Sand Hill is just such a cool stage. I love desert stages and I love ruined stages. Those are two of my favorite aesthetics in gaming, and this one does both pretty well. 8 out of 10. Pumpkin Hill in Sonic Adventure 2. It's a pretty good stage. I like how unique it is with this mountain pumpkin environment. Like, that's not something you see in video games often. And there's a lot of unique special areas. It's kind of weird that they have a Halloween themed stage right in the middle of a regular game, but still pretty cool. Also, as a side note, I do like the music, the Knuckles rap songs in this game. I wish they'd come back. I did like the unique music styles that this game would have for different characters. And I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10. But that's not it for Sonic Adventure 2. If you 100%ed the game, you'd get to see Green Hill in glorious 3D. It was pretty cool. It was the 10th anniversary, seeing Green Hill in 3D. It was pretty neat. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I think it would probably get bumped up to maybe a 9 out of 10 if you could play as Shadow during it or something, or maybe if it was a little bit longer. Like, I spent 3 years 100%ing that game, and it's just like a minute-long stage. Still cool, though. In Sonic Advance, you start off with Neo Green Hill Zone. It's a little bit disappointing. It starts off with this cool beach. I love beach stages in Sonic games. They're some of my favorites. And then it just goes into regular Green Hill. Like, it's probably the best Green Hills looked in 2D, up to that point at least. It would have been way cooler if they mixed the beach aesthetic and the Green Hill aesthetic. It's still pretty decent, so I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Speaking of beaches, in Sonic Heroes, we start off with Seaside Hill. By far has the best music out of any hill stage in any of the Sonic games at all. It's not just a beach stage, it also has that ruins thing going on with it, and there's even certain parts of the stage that even have the green grass, like in Green Hills. It's just overall a beautiful stage, amazing way to start off the game. No hill tops this one, 10 out of 10. In Sonic Advance 3, we got Sunset Hill, which while at first might seem like it's just a regular Green Hill thing, just improving on the 2D graphics even further to get the best one we have so far, it is pretty cool how they actually brought back the Green Hill music. Lots of these Green Hill stages, even if they say Green Hill, the only ones to use the original Green Hill theme so far are the original Adventure 2 and this one. And also this sunset aesthetic is just so beautiful, it honestly just looks amazing. And I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Splash Hill from Sonic 4 has the exact same issue as Neo Green Hill from Sonic Advance. Except I feel like this one honestly has less beach than Neo Green Hill, so I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Sonic Generations is just a compilation of old stages. It was pretty cool for the 20th anniversary, but they didn't do anything too new or unique with any of the stages. For all the hills, which are Green Hill, Seaside Hill, and Mushroom Hill, I'm just gonna give them all a 6 out of 10. Windy Hill in Sonic Lost World. It's kinda just looks like Green Hill again. Like, they say Windy Hill, but I feel like they don't go far enough with showing it being windy. Like, they should have added more of a sky theme, like maybe to make it look like Windy Valley from Sonic Adventure. Not exactly like Windy Valley, I'm not saying to just repeat that, but make it have more of its own unique aesthetic rather than just Green Hill in the Sonic Lost World art style. It's kind of just your average Green Hill thing again. 5 out of 10. Sonic Mania is overrated. Why would they make another throwback collection game so soon after Generations? Like, I know there are multiple years between them, but look at how many mainline games released between Generations and Mania. Not a whole lot. Even if you include Sonic Boom as mainline, it's still not a whole lot. But it's just felt kind of lame. Make another compilation so soon after Generations, especially since we see them make so many cool, new, unique stages. It honestly just disappoints me that they didn't make more new, unique stages for Sonic Mania rather than relying on 90s nostalgia. And honestly, for my disappointment with that, I would have put Green Hill a little bit lower, but I have to give props to the fact that it just looks so amazing. Even better than the advanced Green Hills. It's definitely the best Green Hill look we've got so far. And that's really what carries it up to a 5 out of 10 for me. Sonic Forces. Just like how I think Sonic Mania is overrated, Sonic Forces is definitely overhated. It had so much missed potential, and this Green Hill is one of those points. Why use Green Hill again in your mainline, serious story Sonic game, rather than making some new hill? Or if they're gonna really do Green Hill with this whole sand thing going on with it, really go in with it. They should have gone way further. Maybe make it look even further dilapidated, like make it all gray and dark and cloudy by the end of the game. But with how it ended up, it's disappointing, lackluster, should have been a brand new hill rather than Green Hill. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10. It would be 1 out of 10, but admittedly they do at least a little bit of new stuff with the desert theme going on. I can't say the same thing for Sonic Frontiers though. Cyberspace was such a disappointment. Everything else about Sonic Frontiers is amazing. It's one of my favorite Sonic games ever. It was an amazing thing, but Cyberspace sucks. There's like over 30 music tracks for this, and I can only remember like 5 off the top of my head. And even at that, for most of the music tracks, if you played the music for me, I would be able to tell you what number it is. I wouldn't even be able to tell you whether it's Green Hill, Chemical Plant, Sky Sanctuary, or the City stage. Except for like maybe 1 or 2. They don't do anything new with any of the looks here. Green Hill, Sky Sanctuary, and Chemical Plant all just look the same as they were in Generations, except for slightly desaturated. They either should have made each cyberspace level be its own new thing, or make each island have a level, like make all of Kronos Island have Green Hill, so it's Green Hill Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, rather than this stupid stuff with Cyberspace 1-1, Cyberspace 1-2. There's nothing memorable about it. They don't have memorable names, they don't have memorable new designs, they don't even really have memorable new music. Like, the music is new at least, that's the one thing I can say about it. They did nothing with this. It's such a disappointment, especially when the rest of the game is so good. So I'm gonna have to give that a 1 out of 10. I hope you guys liked my video talking about all the hills in Sonic the Hedgehog. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and hit that like button so I know you want more of this. And if you have any other Sonic stuff you want me to talk about, comment it down below.